Hey guys, it's me Sabby. In today's video, I'm turning myself into Fready Kroger. Hope you enjoy it. It's not the best because this is my first time trying to do this kind of look. So here we go. Margaret and her brothers Paul and David shared a small house on top of the hill just outside the village. It was so warm on the summer's night, Margaret could not sleep. She sat up in bed in the darkness of the room, watching the moon cross the sky. Suddenly, something caught her eye. She and two small yellow-green lights moving through the woods near the graveyard in the bottom of the hill. They looked like eyes of some kind of animal, but she could not make out what kind of creature it was. Soon the creature left the woods and moved up the hill towards the house. For a few minutes, Margaret lost the sight of it. Then she saw it coming across the lawn towards her window. It looked like something like a man, and yet it didn't. Margaret was terrified. She wanted to run from her room, but the door was locked. She was afraid the creature would see her and break in before she could escape. When the creature turned and moved in the other direction, Margaret rushed to the door, but before she could open the door, it was back. Margaret found herself staring through the window at the shrunken face like a mummy. It was yellow, green eyes gleamed like a cat's eyes, and she wanted to scream, but it was so frightened that she could not make a sound. The creature broke the window and unlocked the window and crawled inside. Margaret tried to flee, but the creature caught her. It twisted long bony fingers into her hair and pulled back her head, and it sunk its teeth into her throat. Ew. Margaret screamed and fainted. When her brothers heard the scream piercing, they ran into her room. But by the time they got the door unlocked, the creature had fled. Margaret lay on the floor, bleeding and unconscious. While Paul tried to stop the bleeding, David chased the creature downhill toward the graveyard, but soon lost sight of it. The police thought it would work of the escaped lunatic who had believed it was a vampire. When Margaret recovered, her brothers wanted to move to a safer place that would be harder to break in, but Margaret refused. The creature would never come back. She was sure of that, but just in case, Paul and David kept their loaded pistols in the room. One night, months later, Margaret was awakened by scratching sounds at her window. She opened her eyes, and there was the same skunking face that was there. That night, the brothers heard cries in the time they chased the creature down the hill, and David shot it in the leg, but the creature managed to scramble over the graveyard wall and disappear over the burial vault. The next day, Margaret and her brothers watched as the sexton of the church opened the burial vault. Inside was a horrifying scene. Broken coffins, bones, rotting flesh were all scattered all over the floor. Only one coffin had not been disturbed. When the sexton opened it, there lay a creature with a skunky face that attacked Margaret. The telltale bullet was in its leg. They did not only one thing they knew, to get rid of themselves, a vampire. A sexton built the roaring blaze outside the vault and fed the skunking body to the flames and watched the body burn until nothing remained but ashes.